Ruth chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab, and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left, and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. And the woman was left of her 2 sons, and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her. And they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice, and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice, and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest I will go, and where thou lodgest I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they 2 went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and the Lord hath brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi, seeing the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess her daughter-in-law with her, which returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. Ruth chapter 2. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, Let me now go to the field, and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, Go, my daughter. And she went and came, and gleaned in the field after the reapers, and her hap was to light on a part of the field, belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said unto the reapers, "The Lord be with you." And they answered him, "The Lord bless thee." Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers, "Whose damsel is this?" And the servant that was set over the reapers answered, and said, "It is the Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and hath continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessels, and drink of that which the young men have drawn. Then she fell on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and said unto him, Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? And Boaz answered, and said unto her, It hath fully been showed me, all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother, and the land of thy nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knewest not heretofore. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. Then she said, Let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I be not like unto one of thine handmaidens. And Boaz said unto her, At mealtime come thou hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not. So she gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up, and went into the city. And her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth, and gave to her that she had reserved after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law said unto her, Where hast thou gleaned today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of the Lord, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, The man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen. And Ruth the Moabitess said, He said unto me also, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men, until they have ended all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth her daughter-in-law, It is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz, to glean unto the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. Ruth chapter 3. Then Naomi her mother-in-law said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he winnoweth barley to-night in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in, and uncover his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, All that thou sayest unto me I will do. And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly, and uncovered his feet, and laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid, and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, Who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followedst not young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman, howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to thee, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee, as the Lord liveth. Lie down until the morning. And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another. And he said, Let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also he said, Bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her. And she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, Who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, These 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said to me, Go not empty unto thy mother-in-law. Then said she, Sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest, until he have finished the thing this day. Ruth chapter 4. Then went Boaz up to the gate, and sat him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, Ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside, and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said, Sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, Buy it before the inhabitants, and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it beside thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, What day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning changing, for to confirm all things. A man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, Buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe, and Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, Ye are witnesses this day, that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's, of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, We are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And do thou worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give thee of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the women said unto Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, which hath not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life, and a nourisher of thine old age. For thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him. And Naomi took the child, and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the women her neighbors gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begat Hezron, and Hezron begat Ram, and Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Nahshon, and Nahshon begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David.
Surah 8 of the Holy Quran, translated by Muhammad Habib Shakir. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Surah 8, Spoils of War, Al-Anfal, revealed at Medina. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. They ask you about the windfalls. Say, the windfalls are for Allah and the Messenger. So be careful of your duty to Allah, and set aright matters of your difference, and obey Allah and His Messenger if you are believers. Those only are believers whose hearts become full of fear when Allah is mentioned, and when His communications are recited to them, they increase them in faith, and in their Lord do they trust. Those who keep up prayer and spend benevolently out of what we have given them, these are the believers in truth. They shall have from their Lord exalted grades and forgiveness, and an honorable sustenance, even as your Lord caused you to go forth from your house with the truth, though a party of the believers were surely averse. They disputed with you about the truth after it had become clear, and they went forth as if they were being driven to death while they saw it. And when Allah promised you, one of the two parties, that it shall be yours, and you loved that the one not armed should be yours, and Allah desired to manifest the truth of what was true by His words, and to cut off the root of the unbelievers, that He may manifest the truth of what was true and show the falsehood of what was false, though the guilty disliked. When you sought aid from your Lord, so He answered you, I will assist you with 1,000 of the angels, following one another. And Allah only gave it as a good news, and that your hearts might be at ease thereby. and victory is only from Allah. Surely Allah is mighty, wise. When He caused calm to fall on you as a security from Him, and sent down upon you water from the cloud, that He might thereby purify you, and take away from you the uncleanness of the shaitan, and that He might fortify your hearts and steady your footsteps thereby. When your Lord revealed to the angels, I am with you, therefore make firm those who believe. I will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. Therefore strike off their heads and strike off every fingertip of them. This is because they acted adversely to Allah and His Messenger, and whoever acts adversely to Allah and His Messenger, then surely Allah is severe in requiting evil. This taste it, and know that for the unbelievers is the chastisement of fire. O you who believe, when you meet those who disbelieve marching for war, then turn not your backs to them. And whoever shall turn his back to them on that day, unless he turn aside for the sake of fighting or withdraws to accompany, then he indeed becomes deserving of Allah's wrath, and his abode is hell, and an evil destination shall it be. So you did not slay them, but it was Allah who slew them, and you did not smite when you smote the enemy, but it was Allah who smote, and that He might confer upon the believers a good gift from Himself. Surely Allah is hearing, knowing. This and that Allah is the weakener of the struggle of the unbelievers. If you demanded a judgment, the judgment has then indeed come to you. And if you desist, it will be better for you. And if you turn back to fight, we too shall turn back, and your forces shall avail you nothing, though they may be many, and know that Allah is with the believers. O you who believe, obey Allah and His Messenger, and do not turn back from Him while you hear. And be not like those who said, we hear, and they did not obey. Surely the vilest of animals in Allah's sight are the deaf, the dumb, who do not understand. And if Allah had known any good in them, He would have made them hear. And if He makes them hear, they would turn back while they withdraw. O you who believe, answer the call of Allah and His Messenger, when He calls you to that which gives you life, and know that Allah intervenes between man and his heart, and that to Him you shall be gathered. And fear an affliction which may not smite those of you in particular who are unjust, and know that Allah is severe in requiting evil. And remember when you were few, deemed weak in the land, fearing lest people might carry you off by force, but He sheltered you and strengthened you with His aid, and gave you of the good things that you may give thanks. O you who believe, be not unfaithful to Allah and the Messenger, nor be unfaithful to your trusts while you know. And know that your property and your children are a temptation, and that Allah is He with whom there is a mighty reward. O you who believe, if you are careful of your duty to Allah, He will grant you a distinction and do away with your evils and forgive you, and Allah is the Lord of mighty grace. And when those who disbelieved devised plans against you, that they might confine you, or slay you, or drive you away, and they devised plans, and Allah too had arranged a plan, and Allah is the best of planners. And when our communications are recited to them, they say, "We have heard indeed. If we pleased, we could say the like of it. This is nothing but the stories of the ancients." And when they said, "O Allah, if this is the truth from thee, then rain upon us stones from heaven, or inflict on us a painful punishment." But Allah was not going to chastise them while you were among them, nor is Allah going to chastise them while yet they ask for forgiveness. And what excuse have they that Allah should not chastise them while they hinder men from the sacred mosque, and they are not fit to be guardians of it? Its guardians are only those who guard against evil, but most of them do not know. And their prayer before the house is nothing but whistling and clapping of hands. Taste then the chastisement for you disbelieved. Surely those who disbelieve spend their wealth to hinder people from the way of Allah, so they shall spend it, then it shall be to them an intense regret. Then they shall be overcome, and those who disbelieve shall be driven together to hell, that Allah might separate the impure from the good, and put the impure, some of it upon the other, and pile it up together, then cast it into hell. These it is that are the losers. Say to those who disbelieve, if they desist, that which is past shall be forgiven to them. And if they return, then what happened to the ancients has already passed. And fight with them until there is no more persecution, and religion should be only for Allah. But if they desist, then surely Allah sees what they do. And if they turn back, then know that Allah is your patron. Most excellent is the patron, and most excellent the helper. And know that whatever thing you gain, a fifth of it is for Allah, and for the Messenger, and for the near of kin, and the orphans, and the needy, and the wayfarer, if you believe in Allah and in that which we revealed to our servant, on the day of distinction, the day on which the two parties met, and Allah has power over all things. When you were on the nearer side of the valley, and they were on the farthest side, while the caravan was in a lower place than you, and if you had mutually made an appointment, you would certainly have broken away from the appointment. But in order that Allah might bring about a matter which was to be done, that he who would perish might perish by clear proof, and he who would live might live by clear proof. And most surely Allah is hearing, knowing. When Allah showed them to you in your dream as few, and if He had shown them to you as many, you would certainly have become weak-hearted, and you would have disputed about the matter. But Allah saved you. Surely He is the knower of what is in the breasts. And when He showed them to you, when you met as few in your eyes, and he made you to appear little in their eyes, in order that Allah might bring about a matter which was to be done, and to Allah are all affairs returned. O you who believe, when you meet a party, then be firm, and remember Allah much, that you may be successful. And obey Allah and His Messenger, and do not quarrel, for then you will be weak in hearts, and your power will depart, and be patient. Surely Allah is with the patient. And be not like those who came forth from their homes in great exultation and to be seen of men, and who turn away from the way of Allah. And Allah comprehends what they do. And when the shaitan made their works fair seeming to them, and said, no one can overcome you this day, and surely I am your protector. But when the two parties came in sight of each other, he turned upon his heels and said, surely I am clear of you. Surely I see what you do not see. Surely I fear Allah, and Allah is severe in requiting evil. When the hypocrites and those in whose hearts was disease said, their religion has deceived them, and whoever trusts in Allah, then surely Allah is mighty wise. And had you seen when the angels will cause to die those who disbelieve, smiting their faces and their backs, and saying, taste the punishment of burning. This is for what your own hands have sent on before. And because Allah is not in the least unjust to the servants, in the manner of the people of Pharaoh and those before them, they disbelieved in Allah's communications, therefore Allah destroyed them on account of their faults. Surely Allah is strong, severe in requiting evil. This is because Allah has never changed a favor which He had conferred upon a people until they change their own condition, and because Allah is hearing, knowing. In the manner of the people of Pharaoh and those before them, they rejected the communications of their Lord. Therefore we destroyed them on account of their faults, and we drowned Pharaoh's people, and they were all unjust. Surely the vilest of animals in Allah's sight are those who disbelieve, then they would not believe. Those with whom you make an agreement, then they break their agreement every time, and they do not guard against punishment. Therefore, if you overtake them in fighting, then scatter by making an example of them those who are in their rear, that they may be mindful. And if you fear treachery on the part of a people, then throw back to them on terms of equality. Surely Allah does not love the treacherous. And let not those who disbelieve think that they shall come in first. Surely they will not escape. And prepare against them what force you can, and horses tied at the frontier to frighten thereby the enemy of Allah, and your enemy, and others besides them, whom you do not know, but Allah knows them. And whatever thing you will spend in Allah's way, it will be paid back to you fully, and you shall not be dealt with unjustly. And if they incline to peace, then incline to it, and trust in Allah. Surely He is the hearing, the knowing. And if they intend to deceive you, then surely Allah is sufficient for you. He it is who strengthened you with his help and with the believers, and united their hearts. Had you spent all that is in the earth, you could not have united their hearts, but Allah united them. Surely He is mighty wise. O Prophet, Allah is sufficient for you and for such of the believers as follow you. O Prophet, urge the believers to war. If there are 20 patient ones of you, they shall overcome 200. And if there are 100 of you, they shall overcome 1,000 of those who disbelieve, because they are a people who do not understand. For the present, Allah has made light your burden, and He knows that there is weakness in you. So if there are 100 patient ones of you, they shall overcome 200. And if there are 1,000, they shall overcome 2,000 by Allah's permission. And Allah is with the patient. It is not fit for a prophet that he should take captives unless he has fought and triumphed in the land. You desire the frail goods of this world, while Allah desires for you the hereafter, and Allah is mighty wise. Were it not for an ordinance from Allah that had already gone forth, surely there would have befallen you a great chastisement for what you had taken to. Eat then of the lawful and good things which you have acquired in war, and be careful of your duty to Allah. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. O Prophet, say to those of the captives who are in your hands, if Allah knows anything good in your hearts, He will give to you better than that which has been taken away from you, and will forgive you, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. And if they intend to act unfaithfully towards you, so indeed they acted unfaithfully towards Allah before, but He gave you mastery over them, and Allah is knowing, wise. Surely those who believed and fled their homes and struggled hard in Allah's way with their property and their souls, and those who gave shelter and helped, these are guardians of each other. And as for those who believed and did not fly, not yours is their guardianship until they fly. And if they seek aid from you in the matter of religion, aid is incumbent on you except against a people between whom and you there is a treaty, and Allah sees what you do. And as for those who disbelieve, some of them are the guardians of others. If you will not do it, there will be in the land persecution and great mischief. And as for those who believed and fled and struggled hard in Allah's way, and those who gave shelter and helped, these are the believers truly. They shall have forgiveness and honorable provision. And as for those who believed afterwards and fled and struggled hard along with you, they are of you, and the possessors of relationships are nearer to each other in the ordinance of Allah. Surely Allah knows all things. End of Surah 8.